Recorded in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening to Radio Underground. Shit.
No, I just turned them on now. Radio Underground, episode 46. For those of you that are listening and wondering who was that heavy-ass band we just played, it's Shallow Grave by Final Days Fading. You know those guys, don't you, Brian?
Yeah, the bass player Anthony is my wife's cousin.
That's actually heavy shit, man.
It is. It is.
I like the breakdown at the end.
It's available on. You
They're
can
out
listen
of
to
New Baltimore.
New Baltimore,
as opposed to Old Baltimore.
Yeah. It's available on Spotify and Google Play and also iTunes for
Final
purchase.
Days Fading. Check them out.
They may be the next Guns N' Roses.
Morgan loves that song. Morgan, you know, when I first heard that song, I immediately thought of you. Immediately.
Yeah, you
I was
actually.
like, this sounds like the shit Morgan and Aaron listen to.
Yeah.
And by the way, quick introduction. I know no one that's listening doesn't know, but Al is here again. Hello, Al. And Brian.
Hey.
I'm Mike. We're Radio Underground.
Hello.
Anyway, yeah. And Morgan, I thought of you when I heard that.
When I sent it to you, the first thing you said is like, "Oh, Morgan would like something like that," or
Absolutely.
something like that. It was funny.
It's a lot heavier than this hair metal we're listening to right now.
Hey, man, this is the Guns N' Roses.
So we're going to get into the meat and the potatoes of it. Xbox, the Series X series. Looks fucking awesome. Looks like a PC tower.
I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it looks awesome. I'm talking about the specs.
I know. I mean, but a lot of people have been talking about the what do you call it? The
name,
but also how it looks, cosmetically. And I don't think it looks bad. It's streamlined. It's a simple shape. It looks like a PC tower. I don't care. It doesn't look shitty. I think the PS5, if that's what they're going to go with, looks way worse.
Yeah, that PS5 looks like shit.
Yeah.
Phil, how you doing?
But yeah, spec-wise, it looks like it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think it's going to be cool. It's got 4 times the power of the Xbox One X, which is the current most powerful console.
Yes.
They're also going to offer a Lockhart system, which is going to be not as powerful as that big jobber there, but it's going to be going to be stronger than the One X. So if you don't want to spend the $500 or $600 for about $400, you can probably get that one. The Lockhart will be like a mid-level.
You know, I was reading something about the price. I'm sure Alan has absolutely no input about this video game talk, but you might. But anyways, the guy from IGN priced it out parts-wise, and he said at the low end, the cheapest he can come up with was $450. And he guessed it'd probably be about $600. But they'd be fools to try to sell it for $600. They're not going to get anybody to buy it.
They're probably going to do, I would say, honestly, 5.
5 would have to be the top, honestly. And they're like, well, if you price it out and you wanted to build one yourself, it's like they're not building one at a time. They're buying parts for 1 million of these things at a time. They're buying in bulk. That shit ain't going to cost them that much.
Easily $1 million.
Well, and they
probably a lot more than that.
Yeah.
They lose money on hardware anyway.
It's the software.
Yeah.
They make money off the software.
Yeah.
So they're going to lose the money. So let's say it had $700 worth of shit in it. They're still going to sell it lower than sometimes what it's worth.
They're not going to do what Sony did a couple years ago or decade ago with the PS3. You know, they're not going to try selling that thing for like $500 some odd dollars right out the gate because it will fail.
I stupidly paid $500 for the One X. I think you can get it for about $400 right now.
Yeah, if you with the holiday sales, you can.
That was the last one that was out, right?
Yeah, it came out not this last year around October.
Yeah.
It's the same one I have. It's just the X is the beefier version.
That was the South Park South Park trilogy episodes of Black Friday.
Yeah,
They were like, and the two groups of kids fighting. One wanted the new PS, and one's wanted the new PlayStation. One's wanted the new Xbox, and
yeah.
It's gonna be like that again at the end of next year.
Oh, okay. So there's like 2 new ones.
Yeah.
But what gave me the biggest hard on was Hellblade 2.
Dude, that commercial was awesome.
Yeah, and Senua what looks awesome is because when they weren't like a full on indie company, but they were like just like a step above it, but not a AAA company.
Yeah.
And they made the awesome game that looked great, so their thing was like a shorter game that looks awesome instead of dumbing down the quality. But now they got all kinds of money, and it looks like Sinua's going to have an army, like mortals to fight the bad guys.
That commercial was fucking awesome.
So she's going to command an army. Sweet.
For some reason, my daughter Elizabeth wanted to play a game, and she's like, "What's this game like?" I'm like, "Oh, it's pretty dark." She was going to play Hellblade. And I'm like, it's pretty dark, and
you got to play with headphones.
Well, she did, and she stopped after about like 12 minutes because you hear the voices and stuff, not talking, but like the voices in her head and shit, which is the psychological breakdown type shit.
When they made that game,
yeah,
they consulted people that have various mental illnesses and their doctors to get like to get their experience. So that's why it's so like creepy. And like I'm kind of worried because I felt kind of normal playing it.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is kind of relaxing.
For those
I can hear people and see them.
For those of you who don't know, we're talking about Hellblade and Hellblade 2.
Never felt better in my life.
This feels normal.
It's but just that commercial is like I've barely played the first one, but I saw a commercial for part 2, and I'm like, fuck, I want to play part 2 right now.
Morgan legit cried.
He cried
when he saw that Xbox video. Phil and Morgan, we're probably going to turn Discord on a little bit here. What do you want, a coffee, Al? Yeah. All right. Go all the way over. 2 more over. 2 more. Oh, you getting a cup? Yeah. Oh, yeah, right there. I thought you meant like the actual K-cups. Sorry, we're coffee addicts around here now. Here, right? Yeah.
I alternate sips between coffee and beer.
You might have to. I don't know. I think the reservoir's got plenty, though. I love the reservoir.
Stop with the K-cup talk, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Anyway, though, but
it looks great. You said Morgan cried.
He says, I legit cried when Halo part came on. Yeah, I knew you did.
I didn't watch that part yet, and I'm going to. I wasn't doing it because I like to make fun of Halo. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, that I don't know. It looks real good, and they're right now too. My Stones Malone, my brother-in-law, he switched over to PS4, and he really liked his PS4. He's like, I'm sorry, man. I got he's apologizing to me like he's an apostate. I just dig the PS4 more, this and that. Well, now he's been playing the Game Pass. Okay.
Oh yeah.
He had the free month. Now he has a subscription because him and my nephew play the Game Pass. So
it's
the Game Pass is the best bargain in gaming, bar none.
Absolutely.
The Game Pass. Got to get it if you don't have
Absolutely. I know I keep on saying it, but the PS5 looks really dog fuck ugly. It's terrible looking.
It
and
looks
I know
like
it's a dev kit. It might not end up looking that way. But if it stays that way, that is the ugliest console I've ever seen in my life.
If that is the PS5, it looks like the Millennium Falcon has Down syndrome.
It's terrible.
It doesn't look good. It looks like shit.
Don't make fun of the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the Millennium Falcon's brother with one less chromosome or whatever.
It's terrible.
That's what it looks like to me.
I mean, you're right, but...
Now I'm saying, I always said, now that I'm not drinking on there, I won't be saying mean stuff. I'm worse than ever.
No, that was awesome, though. That little slot, it's like the indentation in the front of it. People keep on using it for that's where you put your pizza to hold it and stuff.
Yeah, it is really ugly.
I don't like it.
I'll say the day one Xbox looks like shit. Looks like a giant VCR. But
yeah,
that PS5 prototype looks like trash.
Are you talking about the new one, the Series X, or the original, like this?
The original day one Xbox, the one that's in my other room, when it first came out.
Oh, Xbox.
The Xbox One, the very first one.
Yes, okay.
The day one, they call it. The day one looks like an old VCR.
Yeah,
it was really ugly, and they fucked it up.
Agreed.
They put too much emphasis on the Kinect, which no one wanted. And a lot of people are mad that Xbox isn't getting involved in VR. Like, they got to do VR. I think they learned their lesson. They're like, nah. How much? We talked about VR many times, Brian.
Yes.
You can only do it 20 minutes at a time. Then you got to take a break because your brain can't adjust.
I don't know if it's strictly for gaming parts and stuff, because now they have the Oculus Go and some of the other ones that are lighter headsets, and you can, according to them, you can watch a full basketball game in these things. Which is 2 hours?
Well, that's pretty good.
And they're lightweight, but the ones for gaming, I don't know if it's because of the bright lights and the constant motion and stuff. I don't know if it's something different with that. You get more of the nauseating effect.
Yeah, I have no interest in VR. I really don't.
No.
Other than pornography when I get around to it.
POV.
And when you get, if they can do a thing where you can get VR and then hook attachments up to your genitals and your body where it feels real while you're in the that
I'm
would be
sure
cool.
someone's
like you put sensors, you know how when you I was in the hospital the other day, they gave me EKG, but they give you those kind of sensors to make you feel like that the woman's touching you in the VR.
Yeah.
Then I really wouldn't leave the house.
We got our new startup, guys.
Yeah,
that's our new startup. Let's start a Kickstarter for that shit
whatsoever to leave the house.
Girlfriends.
Yeah, right.
Sex robots too.
Are they still looking for the? Remember we talked about the sex robot hotel that they want to try to open. I think Stones was here. This is probably 7 months ago.
I'm game.
And they had those real dolls where they're really lifelike, and somebody wanted to start a brothel with those, and they went to the city of Southfield, trying to get a permit, and they're like,
"Oh,
no.
I remember that." Yeah,
it was here locally.
Oh,
dude, if you think about it, it would be a better public safety thing because they don't have STDs; they're a robot.
But who's going to clean those things out?
Yeah, can you imagine that's your job is to clean the cum out of a sex robot?
People clean.
Some people are into cleaning out
clean
themselves.
The spank shows, man.
That's true.
Yeah, and that reminds me. I saw. Remember that Houston 500.
Yeah.
Usually, I'm not I don't think about morality. I don't think about morality or what people do a whole lot. But she banged 500 guys at once. It was like the world's biggest.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they have guys sitting on the sidelines with towels, and as they were loading on her, their job was to walk over and clean the cum off of her.
Yeah,
like that's those guys. Imagine that's your job. Like you don't even get to fuck her. You're just cleaning the cum.
I'm a cum cleaner.
Like how do you tell that one to your grandma?
Hey, it's like like this dude that worked with me recently got fired, but he's from Romania, but he had never he didn't know what a fluffer was.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Once we told him, everybody from then on, everybody was a cocksucker, and then all of a sudden,
now you're a
everybody
fluffer.
Well, that guy's not here. He must be fluffing today. He must be out fluffing today.
Well,
he just absolutely loved fluffer, and I'm like, that's a job, dude.
Well, the thing is, and from his perspective, like a cocksucker can still serve a purpose,
Right?
But if you're a fluffer, you're not even the end game.
That's what I told him. I go. There are people out there. That's their job, is just fluffing for. He's like, I go, that's their job, man. And he's like, it's like real. I go, yes, on the set, that's what they do.
Yep.
Is just keep somebody chubbed up, man.
There's no gratification there at all.
Yeah. I've seen, and when they do those big gangbangs, you see the fluffer girls off to the side too. You got the come clean guys,
Yeah.
and then you have the fluffers. It's like these people have just went astray in life.
That'd be a horrible.
Dude,
wonder how much they pay though.
mean,
How much do you think you get paid to do that?
There's not enough money in the world for me to do that job.
Who knows? But not much, dude. I mean,
Get to live in L.A.
I'd fucking rather be a shovel shit hand in a fucking in a horse stable than deal with that shit.
Well, yeah, because it's more sanitary. They give you boots that you can wear, and they give you gloves. I'm sure you have gloves on the
ridiculous.
set, but
yeah, that's oh yeah, Xbox.
Xbox. Oh, actually, I read something today about PlayStation is losing one of their big exclusives that's going to be on multiple platforms now.
What one?
MLB The Show.
Really?
It's going to be on all
Fucking
platforms.
awesome.
Yeah.
what is it?
The Major League Baseball game.
Some
The
people like game purists consider MLB The Show the only real RPG there is, because your progression and everything. Because RPGs now are just more like action games and
They're
the customization.
Not this coming season, not the 2020 season, but 2021. It could be as early as then. It's going to be on the new PlayStation, the new Xbox, and the Switch.
Yeah. So the MLB they finally want to make some money off the other 40 to 50 million customers they could be potentially reaching.
And that's the thing. The company makes it still a Sony-owned company, so they're still making the money off of it. But be multi-plat now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll get it.
I'll get it now.
It's supposedly the best baseball game like ever made.
Yeah.
So
no, I like games like that. Those are the type of games I used to play. It was like I wouldn't play Madden so much as Madden like head coach, and I'd like to build my teams and stuff, and that's got a good aspect of it.
Yeah, for
Is this
sure.
Twisted Sister.
Yep.
Anyways,
They were watching hair metal as we always do.
it inspires us.
It inspires us for the creative juices start to flow.
So yeah, that's kind of a big deal, and it wasn't on everything. I just happened to read it before I came over. I'm like, that's kind of surprising. It's not going to be an exclusive anymore.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about briefly about how I got made fun of by a family today.
Oh yes, tell your story. You're trying to better yourself. What happened?
You should tell this story.
Since I have my official asthma diagnosis, I've been kind of watching what I eat, not drinking, and then I've been doing a lot of walking and stuff, trying to take better care of myself. But if you're going to walk in the cold, you got to wear a scarf because that really cold weather, cold dry air is actually worse than pollen for closing up those bronchioles. So I put on the a scarf, but I went to the dollar store to get my Christmas decorations today.
Yeah.
And they had one scarf left. I go, fuck this. I would have even rather have had a red Christmas scarf, something silly than this thing. It's a fluffy kind of feminine looking scarf. It's not the best, but I need something to go for a walk today till I get my mask in. I ordered a Carhartt mask.
Yeah.
But until I get it, I got to have something, So I went for a walk today, and I had no issues just walking around with a stupid-ass scarf on, and it's not even really that cold, but I'm paranoid. And I come down the street, and there's a family in an SUV. It's a couple of kids and then the mom, and they literally pointed at me and laughed because of my stupid scarf. I know that's what it is.
It's got to be.
But the weather, though, it was a nice day, but the breeze, it was that was cold air.
Well, it's for when I walked towards Groesbeck west.
Yeah.
That's when I knew I needed it. I wasn't like, I'll wear it if I need it. And I could feel those bronchos. I'm like, putting it on.
Yeah, and it got worse later on because it was about 3:30, 4 o'clock. That wind started picking up, and it was really chilly. But, it's funny because like 20 years ago or so, I quit smoking. And I'd quit for I had like 6 months under my belt. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to start running. And I go out and beginning of March, end of February, I'm going to go out for a run. And I'm like 3 blocks down the street, and my sister-in-law sees me sitting on the curb because I can't breathe. Because it's like barely 30 degrees, but it's like there's a wind chill factor going on. So I'm like freezing my lungs. She pulls up. She's like, what's going on? What are you doing? I'm like, I can't breathe.
Yeah, it's harder
She's
to...
like, yeah, idiot, because you just quit smoking. It's cold out. She's like, I run every day, and I'm not running in this weather.
Yeah. I used to run in the cold, and nothing ever bothered me. But man, the last few years I've had these lung issues, and look great.
I want to go back to the scarf because your scarf isn't actually that bad looking.
I showed you guys. You guys don't think it's the lamest scarf you've ever seen?
No, it's pretty neutral. I think.
No, it wasn't. No.
But my problem was I never was a big scarf wearing person, anyways. I mean, when I was a kid and we went out, we'd go sledding or do whatever. I would wear one, but I never. From the time I was a teenager on, I think I've probably worn a scarf twice in the last 30 years. And some people can pull it off. I can't. I look stupid with no matter what kind of scarf I have. Well, but I think who really ruined scarves was like a decade ago. The Jonas Brothers started wearing them all the time.
Then
after that, I was like, nope, that's it. And then hipsters, I was like, that's it. I can't ever wear a scarf again.
And then like for chicks, it's the ones that hide their turkey neck.
Yeah, or they got no chin.
You'll sometimes see it in like war games, like Modern Warfare. People there and like kind of, you'll see like some of the characters have like the scarves.
Phil says you're more of a choker guy.
No,
Brian,
I'll fucking choke you.
But yeah, I'm not going to wear a scarf as soon as my face mask shows up, my Carhartt.
There you go.
But whatever. Now that everybody's going to think I'm robbing them.
So you ordered.
I ordered just the one that goes like around the face,
and wear some goggles with it too.
And I have it brightly colored so I don't get run over at night. I got like the fluorescent blue that will show.
Oh yeah.
But I don't want to get a dark one because then I'm going to go for a walk and some woman walking her dog's going to think it's it. Comes a 300-pound guy.
He's going to mug me and run.
I might put
or
something
walk
on.
away.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Like grab her coat. Excuse me.
You'll accidentally trip just before you get to her, so you accidentally grab her coat as you're falling, so she thinks you're trying to rape her. Or something.
Rape is.
Oh, it's Van Hagar.
Van Hagar. All right, check it out. These are the bands I like.
Yeah.
Skinner, Def Leppard, Van Halen, not Hagar.
Van Hagar.
What's
I just remember the Van Hagar. Their crowning moment was when Crystal Pepsi came out.
Oh yeah,
right now was like the big push.
Do you remember how, dude, that stuff was so awful.
It tasted like shit.
I remember living with Ron.
I was drinking it when they were trying to catch OJ. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like they were chasing OJ. And I was drinking Crystal Pepsi, pretending I liked it because I was in high school. And
yeah, I lived with this dude Ron, and he worked at this place at the mall right across from the movie theater called Heekin Research.
Oh yeah,
and he brought home like cases of this stuff because it was his job to pass it out to people and get their.
We went.
Was horrible.
We actually skipped school there one day, and Heekin Research. They're like, hey, you guys want to make $5? We're like, whoa, what do we got to do? And like, we just want you to test out this new gum. I'm like, yeah, okay. And me and a couple friends from school went, and they want us to test Icebreaker's gum. It was before it came out.
Nice.
And he gave us $5. I'm like, sweet, Taco Bell, here we come. Because
Yep.
back then, 69-cent tacos.
Oh, yeah.
Taco Bell was right
It was
there.
right
No,
there.
I remember when tacos were 49 cents.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't think it was probably before we were old enough to like go there ourselves and get it. But I remember being a kid,
Yeah.
49-cent tacos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was in my teens when at that point when,
Yeah.
when they had the 49.
I know you were Methuselah. I'm talking
I just remember buying some tacos and a chili cheese burrito. And,
Oh, dude, they need to bring that back.
there's a rumor, there's a legend that says that
They
the
have it in places.
the
still.
Taco Bell at Lakeside Mall in the food court still serves the chili cheese burrito.
Really?
I-
They don't call it the Cholito.
No, they do not.
Found out because
No
we found
dick.
out that was not a very nice word.
They'll dick.
Or I think
What is Michael Anthony wearing?
I think there's like a government facility that guards the McRib and the chili cheese burrito.
Yeah.
And they're
When they-
allowed out at certain
When
times.
they figure a riot is going to come or there's going to be violence in the street, all right, put it out.
You know what else is a good one?
Everybody-
The Taco Bell Bacon Club Chalupa.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
love that.
Oh my god, it was so good.
So, like,
Yeah, we got Del Taco. I like Del Taco.
yeah.
Del Taco's okay. I'm not sure about fries with my Mexican food, but
You know, I didn't
Hey, what's
think
up, Chris?
until
Hey, Chris.
I didn't think until I got some with it before, and I was not disappointed.
no, I mean it's not terrible.
Bean
It's just
burrito with green sauce and an order of small order fries,
yeah.
and I was all right.
Well-
and it was like $1.69 total.
Well, what's weird to me is I get the epic chicken burrito. I forgot what it's called. It's like a number 7 or something at Del Taco.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they
Okay.
put fries in the fucking thing.
No, no,
Oh,
no,
for real?
don't do
There's
that.
fries in it with the rice.
So
That's
you
weird.
Dig it? You dig it that way?
I like it because it's
Okay.
But then you get fries with the fry. I'm like, okay, this is
Okay, now that's over.
Yeah, you're overdoing
that's
the.
too many crinkle cut fries.
So now, like, I would do like a chili cheese burrito with fries, like in it.
Oh, that
Yeah,
would
it'd
be
like
good.
chili cheese
That would
fries
be
burrito.
good.
Yeah.
That'd be like
Because
a
that would be
chili
fucking
cheese-
delicious.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
that would be fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
you could dip like a chili cheese. The innards of a chili cheese burrito are good dip in themselves.
Yeah.
You could easily dip nachos or
See,
whatever.
now they opened up a new Taco Bell. It was still when I was still working in Rochester, but it was right by what's the hospital? Crittenton at University and like Adams,
Okay.
and they brought back the chili cheese burrito for a while at that point. And if you asked them to, they would also toast it. So it was chili cheese burrito, but it wasn't like it was.
and they would like
they don't have
they
don't have a
the press thing.
It's not a press. It's like a little tray, and they put it in. It's like a little salamander
Oh,
oven.
okay.
And they toast it for like 30 seconds. So it wasn't. It was a little crunchy on the outside, but then it was all filled with chili and cheese on the inside.
Hell yeah,
Cheesy goodness.
It was so good.
hell yeah.
God, I love that thing.
Yeah, when I another good fast food joint, man, is Halo Burger up near Flint.
Oh,
Yeah.
They have really good breakfast. Whenever I go to Fenton, which is kind of near Flint.
Yep.
I get Halo Burger. They're it'd be like a sausage egg McMuffin. Their equivalent. It's really good.
That's where my minority owner lives.
Fenton?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The guy who owns my company. Yeah, he owns a.
Fenton's a nice town.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he's got a vineyard up there.
Oh, of course it is.
Okay.
Because
Well, dude,
basically he has a vineyard because he's a wine drunk.
I shouldn't say of course he does because I worked with the guy whose grandpa, who lived in Dearborn Heights,
here we go, Phil.
had a vineyard.
Phil sent this the chili cheese fry burrito.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
That's out there,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Where
That's
is-
out in Utah.
Is that at Arctic Circle?
Dude, there's a place out there that has that.
Phil, where's it at? I need to know.
Yeah, Phil, we got to know where that freaking fried chili cheese burrito is.
Like,
Get it?
That, I miss some of the food out there. Some of the because dude, there was easily a solid 5 to 6 different types of taco joints, and I mean like chain-ish, like
Wow.
like where there was definitely multiple locations. They may not have been outside of Utah, but there was like Taco Time is out there. Taco Time's awesome.
But yeah, Taco Bell still.
Taco Bell, yeah, Del.
Del Taco. Did you have El Pollo Loco? Is it more of a
I
California
want to try that.
Yeah.
El Pollo Loco. The
No.
crazy
I heard they
chicken.
got really good
Yeah.
chicken at their place.
It's a crazy chicken.
But
yeah.
then there was a place called Beto's, but like
He dropped out of the race.
then there was Rancheritos, and they just made like all these different kinds of burritos. And
That sounds
tacos.
awesome though.
But yeah, like you get the breakfast burrito, and it was just like they deep fried the bacon, and it was ham, eggs, potatoes, cheese, wrapped into this giant burrito, and
With
it was
chili.
$4. And it was $4, and you'd put green sauce, red sauce, whatever you want on it. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, the newer Switch is going to have longer battery life. It's good when you got kids, but I always played with mine docked, so I didn't matter to
Same
me.
thing. It was
But yeah, if you got kids and you're going to go on a long trip, that's going to be great.
No.
Size of a Pringles can, that breakfast burrito. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got to eat it.
Yeah. Size of Pringles.
Now, the really good burrito I had once is up at Tony's up in Birch Run.
Yep.
Yeah.
About an hour and a half from here.
Yeah.
It's near a big shopping outlet and everything. Since Birch Run's probably going to fucking collapse with Amazon and everything, but
They seem to be one of the only ones that's actually doing okay because they constantly change their stores, but we'll see.
But anyways, the Tony's, they had it was called I forgot the name of the burrito, but it was, they make comically big portions of food. It's one of those ones that people from around the country go to. It's been on Food Network and everything.
Yeah, the BLT.
But anyway,
If you order a side of bacon, it's a pound of bacon.
It's like a 3-pound burrito. And that thing was actually, the quality was really good.
Yeah.
That's the thing about that place.
And I think it's the only thing in my life that I failed to complete. I couldn't eat it. I came close, but I felt like my body was shutting down, like my organs couldn't process all the food.
I ate the BLT. I ate a BLT and a half, and I ate 3 baskets of fries, and it was after we were up camping for 5 days, and I drank like 180 beers in 5 days.
Yeah.
And the lady's like, I can't believe, and and this was 20-something years ago, so I mean, I was maybe $1.15 soaking wet. She's like, I can't believe you ate all that. I go, baby, I've been drinking. I looked at her, I go, I drank 180 beers in 5 days. I go, I ain't ate much of anything. I was like, my hair was all matted from dirt from dancing around for 5 days.
And malnourishment.
Wait, you were dancing around?
Oh, my God. Holy crap. That was.
Were you tripping?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there was just a lot.
Were you listening to a jam band tripping?
Yeah, I was like,
Jam bands.
you can't believe Jerry Bear's gone, man.
We talked about this the other day when I was driving
You
you.
guys want to talk about jam bands?
Yeah, it's
We were talking about
pedophiles. We were talking about pedophiles.
And then jam bands came up because we were talking about the dude in Fish.
There's a guy who was in Fish at one point who was
Trey Anastasio?
no, another guy in the band.
Yeah,
was
we were talking
accused
about
of-
like all these guys that got like, all right, Pete Townsend gets busted with
No,
child
it was
porn.
research.
It was research.
Yeah.
The dude in Fish, I never hear anything about that. You never hear about I'm like, how much trouble did these people get in? And then I don't know. From there, Fish became jam band, talking about Grateful Dead. That chick I used
Allman
to
Brothers.
date, and the Allman Brothers. I'm like, I've seen the Allman Brothers. I go, one of my favorite songs by them. I'm like ripping. I'm like, one of my favorite songs by them is Blue Sky. And for about 3.5 minutes of that song, it's fantastic. The song is. And then there's like a 9-minute fucking solo, and I want to fucking beat Dickie Betts' face in for it.
He's like, I don't need to hear you pull and stretch your
Yeah, I don't need
128
to hear you
times.
pulling and stretching your strings for
Those jam bands are the bands that, like, they've never sold shit for records.
No.
But their live performances, like, everyone, is because all 60,000 of their fans go to where they go.
Yeah, they follow.
So even though they don't have, like, they might only sell 100,000 records or something, but those 100,000 people go with the band.
Yeah, and I think that's
It's like a community.
Yeah, we kind of got into that too. It was like, yeah, they all put out like plenty of music and stuff, but like they weren't like all right, Steely Dan. Steely Dan never toured. They were not a touring band.
No.
But they perfected albums and wrote tons and tons and tons and tons of albums. And if you ever listen to their music, it's so fucking complex. Like because they overlay all these different instruments in, and it's like insane if you listen to it,
Yeah.
Speaking of overlaying tracks, remember Obituary? Oh. They had the same simple chug riffs, but they would record the guitar riff 12 tracks.
Yeah, dude, they would have like 24 tracks of like
Of
guitar.
the same riffs.
Yeah.
Like I want to do it on my other guitar.
Yes, dude. Oh,
I like how the singer has songs that there's no lyrics. There's no lyric. He just goes.
Yeah.
Literally, he doesn't write. It's not a.
Yeah, there's
no point.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, I know. And I'm talking. Yeah, I mean, I'm remembering like way. I mean, 1990 or so, listening to early 90s maybe, and there was this Jeff dude I worked with that was like totally into him, and he's like, "Listen, dude," he's like, "That's the same guitar part, like tracked like 12 fucking times." I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Here's the song, chopped it out. But they're, I don't know. Obituary is a good band, dude. I
always liked them.
Simple and mindless as it was or is, I liked it.
Yeah.
Did your door just fall?
I think your door just flew open.
I think it wasn't latched properly.
Fucking shuts it right.
Damn kid.
It's a ghost.
You damn kids.
Fucking walk home and barefoot.
Oh,
Yeah, we got I think it's probably about 20 degrees out right now. My nephew walked out of here barefoot to walk. I mean, granted, it's only a couple houses down, but he walked out of here barefoot in shorts.
he had a coat on,
whipping
though.
winds and shit.
He did have a coat on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No shoes.
No shoes,
socks.
just
Like
barefoot.
no socks. Barefoot. Straight up.
Uriah Faber got kicked into Bolivia.
Oh, I thought he retired after the last fight.
Now he came back because he can compete
Oh, no.
until they get brained, I guess, apparently.
I didn't even realize he was fighting on this card.
He was getting his ass kicked. I think he won his last fight before he retired, but they never learned. Like, dude, especially lighter weight guys, speed is so integral to what they do.
Yeah,
old heavyweights can hang out because of the power still there.
yeah, but
Faber,
he's old enough where he's lost his speed. He's not like he used to be, dude.
Yeah,
Oh, that sucks.
he got manhandled pretty much the whole time. Yeah.
Yep.
I kind of figured that was it because that guy's not a bitch. That dude's a animal that he's fighting or fought. Fit.
So we're watching a video for Rat.
We're watching Rat
talking
videos.
Talking
about the AIDS.
Yeah, we were talking about Robin Crosby having.
Well, we were actually
But
talking
I
about
learned something about that cats have FIV,
which is
which is
AIDS.
like
My
the
cat Dale
HIV.
has AIDS.
That's like the HIV for cats. But I mean, it makes sense because but I never knew it. I never knew that they had that until he told me. He's like, "Yeah, I think it's Dale," and I'm like, "Really?"
I think Dale was doing promiscuous sex and/or intravenous drug use.
Yeah,
having a good
yeah.
time.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
But then
partying it up.
again, I mean, they get leukemia.
Yeah,
because I didn't know about that. We remember my mom, Brian and our mom had these 3 cats, and like all of a sudden they were all stricken with like feline leukemia because it was contagious in cats.
So, if a cat beats Dale in a fight, he really didn't win.
No,
Yeah.
no, because he's got cat AIDS.
Yeah, like, oh, you bit into him, huh? Did you?
Did you get scratched? Did you get scratched? Did your blood?
Oh no,
You touch his blood?
you're not going to get any cat scratch fever. You're getting full blown AIDS.
My vet told me, they're like, well, how did you get him? Because I had him tested because he was getting holes in his side, like fucking holes,
Whoa.
and from fights getting infected and stuff.
Oh yeah, so he wasn't.
He wasn't healing.
He
as
was.
quick.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, he's got feline FIV, feline immune virus or whatever.
It's
called. Anyway, he died. I'm joking. He didn't die. The cat that killed him.
Oh,
The cat that went to kill him. I'm sorry.
yeah, I got you.
No, but seriously, she said that he.
That's what I'm going to call my Journey cover band, is Separate Ways.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what's great about the videos,
basically-
they start off air musicians.
She did a couple tests on him, a blood test. He's like, well, I got bad news. He's got FIV. I'm like, so I got to put him down. She's like, no, they can live a long time with it. I'm like, oh.
Well, then it's not that bad of news.
No.
Do I have to give him any shots? No. Do I have to give him any kind of treatment? No.
No.
And he'll live for a while? No. All right. I'm not.
Yeah, the only
That's any
thing
bad
is,
news.
like, I keep him in as much as possible because I don't want, but there's no cats around here anyway. No, like, neighbors have cats. And
Yeah.
And when I got him, they said, where'd you get him? I go, well, he was a kitten. He came to the street. She said he was probably born with it. Like a train, like a mom.
Yeah, his mom was probably a crackhead or something.
It is. She was how whoring, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Matt Hughes looks even more like a potato now.
He does.
Oh boy.
Is Phil on there right now?
Yeah, he's on here.
Phil.
Dude, the Red Wings have won 2 in a row
Hey.
Hey, there we go.
after losing 12 in a row.
Oh, all right. So, like, I was over at Neil's today, and we were watching the game, and
Yeah.
he switched the screen. You know, there's like different. You can have like theater and all these different, like widescreen.
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, different. Yeah,
So he
aspect
puts it
ratios
on
and stuff.
fisheye screen, and I didn't realize it
Oh,
at
mine
first.
doesn't
And I'm
have
like,
it.
dude, what the hell is going on with this camera, dude? Because like the rink is like shaking and moving, you know. And all of a sudden, I'm looking like they're showing this water bottle that's sitting on this, you know, on the behind the ice, behind the, you know, the glass, and it like. As they go by it, it like stretches out really long. He goes, "Yeah, it's fisheye view," and I'm
Why?
like, and his old man, you know, like they've got him off of all the pills and stuff he used to be on for his bad knees, so he
Yeah.
just smokes medical marijuana all the time. And I'm like, dude, your dad's watching this right now. He goes, man, he's passed out on the couch. I go, no, he's sitting there staring at it, dude. I'm like,
He's
he's
off in
probably
his own-
trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Why would
Fucking
you watch
Pops is
something?
off in his own galaxy.
He likes to just mess around with the TV, and he was doing it to see if I'd notice, and it took me
Yeah.
a while, but I never knew it. And he goes,
Oh.
you probably got it on your TV. I'm like, I can't watch.
I know
it.
mine doesn't have that.
Phil says, wild, 11 coaches fired. Blashill still employed.
Because they've won 2 in a row.
They fired however you say his last name, DeBoer.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And he was just in the Stanley Cup just a few years ago, like
Yep.
3 years ago.
Blashill was in the Calder Cup a few years ago. Same thing, almost. You know, the minor league cup. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
No, it's just they lost a 12 in a row, and they finally.
Well,
That's the thing. The game they came back. Not the game. The game after the 12 losses, the first win after 12 losses consecutively, they beat the Jets, who are a good team. Like-
yeah, they lost him and then beat him.
They lost him and then beat him 5-1.
They didn't break the record of the 82
Dead Wings,
Dead Wings, which the next year got them what?
Eiserman.
Stevie Eiserman.
True, that is true. So that was. I just thought it was pretty.
82 was the worst year in the history of the Red Wings, record-wise, and the way they, you know, running into that streak like that, they were horrible. And that was the next year was the year of Stevie Y.
Who was the other one that got? It was Boudreaux from the Ducks. They got fired.
Oh, really? I didn't
Wait,
know.
was that recent?
I just know that the dude from the Sharks, and then there was another one too, but his was for something.
No, Boudreaux was something else. That was like a few years ago. No, I was trying to find the thing about the thing I read earlier today. I can't find it now. The
There was
Stars
somebody-
coach
Oh yeah, Dallas
for
is-
unprofessional conduct.
Okay, now wasn't there another one like Calgary or something?
Did they?
I thought there was a Calgary dude that like
Phil would know.
for like he was Carolina's. He was the Hurricanes coach at one time, and then I think he just took over in Calgary, and they were talking about firing him because of he abused players back.
Oh,
when he
you're
was
right.
with-
Pete DeBoer from the Sharks.
Yeah, that just happened.
Yeah.
Which that's the guy I would not mind seeing replace Blashill if they do decide to part ways.
No,
with
man, bring
Blashill.
back Babcock.
No.
Dude, Faber, I'm looking on the Twitter at the, you know, people put up like the clips before they get taken down.
Yeah.
And he got brained.
They had him losing that second round 10-8, so he wasn't doing very well.
No, the dude's awesome, man. Like he's
Sam Kinison.
Yeah.
just beating his ass. Yeah.
I didn't realize that fight, because what's the other main fight on that card besides, I mean, obviously Usman and Covington is the main event. But isn't there a female fight too? Is Nunez fighting?
Nunez, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's fighting that. I'm not even going to try to say her name. It's very European. Like, I can't say it.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Oh, the random man.
Can you spell it?
Maria Zhirnir
The random man.
Durinovich. I don't know.
She's, Germain de random man.
Can you spell it?
Says apparently he dropped the N-word hard R on a player when he was in the Carolina organization.
Well, yeah, and then it was because Babcock's part of of this too is it's the way they treated their players too. Like there was talk that Babcock was like horrible with people, like
Franzen.
the way his attitude, the way he treated people was abusive to him.
Yeah, you can't do that nowadays. I mean, it might work for some people, but
But yeah, that dude in particular, he was dropping the N-bomb on one player.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
can't do that.
Speaking of
But
that,
this was before he was there. I'm like, how can you all right? First of all, okay, even if you got proof, how can you're in a new organization? How can you he didn't do it at this organization?
They don't care. They look back so far now.
Well, at some point, man, remember the one guy that lost his sponsorship because his dad said the N-word?
Yeah.
All right.
If it was because of your dad saying the N-word, they're like, nobody would have a job.
Okay, so
I know.
All right, so now I'm going to go. I'm going to go back to
maybe people
this.
our kids could, but
I'm going to go back to this then. Why do we put Disney on a pedestal? Walt Disney was an anti-Semite.
Yeah.
But yet Disney is the biggest damn thing out there right now, and why are they not?
Have you ever read Charles Lindbergh's writings?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I mean,
He sounded like he went to the
Henry Ford, dude. Henry Ford and Walt Disney were sending. If the federal government stopped them, they were going to help fund Hitler. They were going to help fund him.
I don't see the problem with it. What are you talking? What do you care?
Right, and it's just some Jews, right?
Yeah, look at the state of things now. You think they were wrong?
You got to do it.
All of a sudden, I just see disconnected.
Everybody, beep, boop, boop.
Voice too. I don't see anything wrong. Look at the state of the world now.
Yeah, if you look at the things around you, communism's worse. Well, it is, but they're still both evil.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I don't like that though, because I don't even though people do they did horrific shit, the historical people. It seems like it's almost a requirement for you to have done something great in history to be an asshole in another way.
Yeah.
They were never there's never somebody that discovered something awesome and did something cool and was a nice guy.
Well, they
were always kind of crazy, or
I mean, we shut all our banks down and all our government stuff down for Christopher Columbus, and we have big sales on his his day. We already know what his people and what they did to people.
Man, well, the natives lost. They need to get over it.
Yeah.
They get the thing is though, there's no conqueror or anything through history that was a nice guy.
Oh,
you gotta
hey, man, come on, man. You remember Vlad the Impaler? I mean, come on,
If you want to win, you got to be a winner.
What was that mean? The Vlad the Impaler one? Halloween decoration champion 10 years in a row?
Yeah.
Because it always had pikes with people's bodies on it in the front yard.
Was Mr. Rogers was a stud in all ways. So I don't know if he'd done anything bad to anybody.
Who, Mr. Rogers?
No, I mean...
But he didn't conquer a new land, though.
No. Fred, you know what? Fred Rogers was actually genuinely one of the most nicest people in the world. He truly was a actual good person.
Yeah, what was...
probably the last good person.
There was
maybe Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin was a good guy.
Bob Ross, maybe they're the Trinity, right?
There was a guy that wrote, after Mr. Rogers passed away, there was a guy that wrote that he was stranded on the side of the road. His car broke down, and he got picked up by Mr. Rogers, and he drove him. Not only did he drive him into town, drove him, helped him get everything he needed, helped him get his car back and everything. And, he was a very, religious man. But, he said that the conversation was, all over the place. Just talked about tons of different stuff, stuff that you wouldn't think Mr. Rogers would talk about, but he did.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, you think about, it'd be really weird, though, if someone like Rogers or Bob Ross or Steve Irwin, there was some rant that no one ever heard that got recorded. Yeah. And it sounded like,
dropping some,
just
N-bombs.
Serious N-bombs, or the problem with our world's the Jews, man.
Yeah, right.
It just devastates everything people think about them.
Yeah.
It's what? Hitler didn't go far enough. That was his problem.
Hitler was right. Hitler was right.
Bob, calm down.
You got another drop.
There was that racist punk band, and all he did was shout. He didn't really sing or anything. He just shouted all this different anti-Semitic and anti everything. And one of his songs, he's like, Hitler was right. Hitler was right. And the music's like not even going along with it. It's just this band playing in the background. And he's just shouting.
I didn't know my uncle had a punk band. But yeah, that was. I remember, like, I won't say his name, but a friend of yours had a lot of those albums.
Yes, that was where I.
Yeah,
The band was called Ethnic Cleansing.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
I hate if you got to admit it though. If you like satire,
Yeah, right.
if you looked at it as satire,
Yeah.
it's some of the funniest shit you ever heard in your
Well,
life.
and that,
Oh,
and that
yeah.
was the thing. Like initially, like some of the music, like some of it was like not. It was political, but it wasn't like the band was totally racist, but not every song was racist.
Well,
and Bry would hear it. I'm going to say his name because he's no longer with us. But
you can't ruin
but-
it.
But he, I mean, he had some. He had some hard views, but not. I mean, I knew him better than anybody. I mean, he had his views, but they were not. They mellowed more and more as he got older.
Yeah,
I mean, when we're young, we are what we are.
That one band though that he played was the angriest kid I've ever heard in my life. I don't remember. It was one of those white power bands, and it was he was straight edge. So
That
if
was
you drank,
ethnic cleansing.
if you drank, you were an N-word to that guy.
Yeah, that was ethnic
any
cleansing.
one of us that drank or did anything immoral, like he viewed you as the same as the minorities he hated.
Yeah,
you were the same.
That was the guy from Ethnic Cleansing. It was the same guy. He had that one song called. The song was called "Hitler Was Right," and that's what he yelled out at the end. Yeah,
and then I remember I'm like, why is this is the angriest human I've ever heard? And
yeah, he was.
He lived in L.A.
Yeah, he lived in L.A.
So he lived there and it drove him nuts.
Yeah,
being
he
there.
shouted like it would. Like I said, like it was just basically like the music would just be like in the background, and he would just be shouting like his rants. It was just rants, and that's all it was.
Yeah, that was by far the angriest person I've ever heard in my life. That guy.
Yeah.
Still to this day, like nothing. Like you see some people on Twitter, or you go to, they got black separatist, white separatist sites. They were not as angry as that dude.
No.
That's the angriest man I've ever seen in my life.
When I first listened to some of the stuff with Bry, like he didn't even know like some of it was white power music. Some of the first stuff he got. We went to this concert. And it was like all different music, all different bands and stuff there. But this record company called Resistance Records somehow got a band on there. They got this band called Rahowa on the SummerSlam tour at Freedom Hill with all these other bands. It was like 1993 or 94. And this band Rahowa stood for Racial Holy War. Well, they got on there. Nobody knew who they were. They thought they were just some Canadian band. That dude, George Eric Hawthorne, he still has that band. He's from Canada. But they're more like gothic and more just political now. They weren't, like you said, I mean, when you're young, your views can be skewed, I mean, you're not really, like, Bry was used to everybody around him dropped N-bombs. The mayor of Warren in the city he lived in was the biggest racist. All his cops basically worked 8 Mile and didn't let black people even cross. If they crossed over, they were arrested.
Why can't we go back to that?
I do want to butt in here and say, not me, Bry. Other Brian.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not me. It's another Brian.
No, it's Bry.
Bry.
Yeah, like
With the Y. It's
Yeah, but-
spelled wrong.
But I remember back, like though that. All joking aside, even though it was wild, that music was insane. But I remember thinking like, some of this is actually pretty good. Like
Some of the music,
sound
yeah.
of the music itself.
Yeah, like that Berserker, man. Some of that music was awesome. That
Dresden-
song Dresden was
Dres-
freaking awesome.
That's a badass song.
Yeah.
I actually want to listen to it.
yeah, I know. I know.
That's a badass song.
Yeah,
But I remember he's like one of the bands that had like on the front of it they had like the two pit bulls about to fight each other, and it was like real crazy imagery. And
there was and then there was Nordic Thunder.
Yeah, I remember
Nordic Thunder.
I remember which one of those guys are like what happened? Like, yeah, this guy ironically was killed by a black guy. Like,
that was Joe Rowan from Nordic Thunder.
He
Yep.
probably mouthed off to somebody
Yep.
in Minneapolis.
Yep. Yep, basically that's what happened. He got into a fight with a black guy and guy killed him. Yep. Yeah. That happened more than one time.
But
with
did
some
they
of
have
these
albums
guys.
worth of material about that altercation?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We hate them even more now.
Oh yeah. There was one group that like gave shout outs to like all these different people that like basically died as martyrs to the cause. You know. Yeah. I mean, he gave a shout out to like Bob Matthews, who was like a separatist and shit that basically like militia stuff. You know. I mean.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. That old. I haven't listened or heard of anything like that in 20 years.
There was the one dude that was like the he was a long hair dude. He just got sick of like all the black people were getting record contracts and he wasn't. So he started a group. It was just him. He was called Aryan. And he was. I go. The reason this guy didn't get an album, get a record contract, wasn't because all the blacks were taking over. It was because he sucked.
Yeah. Well, there was another guy like that here locally, and he ran going the opposite end of the spectrum. There were the Green Party people, and they were trying to get community radio. And he gave me this big speech because he found out I did a pirate radio station.
Right.
I liked him and everything. His name was Bob, the singing bass player. He was an all right guy and everything for a communist, whatever. But that handicap of being a communist.
Yeah.
Anyway, but he was like, he went on this big speech about corporate radio will never play anything like me and all these bands. He's like, here, play some of this stuff. And he gave me a bunch of. I thought I was given a gold mine of the shit. Like, this is going to be good stuff. There was like 3 songs out of that were even somewhat decent. It's like, dude, it's not corporate America. Your shit sucks.
Yeah, right.
Dude, it's like, you guys suck.
Yes, because I mean, that's. Yeah, I remember when I worked way out in Marine City. So there was a lot. Like several people that worked with me were from Canada. Okay.
Yeah.
But like, there's this chick that worked with me that gave me this CD. Oh yeah, this guy that I know, like, he's in this band, and I can't remember the name of the band, but she's like, oh, you'll like it. And the guy's voice was the worst thing I ever heard in my life. I never heard singing so I'm like off key, horrible. It didn't go. I'm like, who recorded this? I remember listening to it and then asking her who recorded. Did they record this themselves, or did a record studio? She goes, no, they did this professionally in a studio. I go, so somebody, I'm thinking to myself, somebody listened to this and said, yes, this is good. The music didn't sound bad, but he was so off key. I'm like, how did he make this album and not like laugh?
I don't know, man. It's that's the thing that I look back on when
he's sitting there going, okay, they're paying me $5,000, so I'm just gonna record it.
That could have been all it was.
When I was in local bands and stuff, and I mean, you got to make peace and be friendly to people because first of all, I respect anybody that puts themselves out there.
Yeah,
I don't care if you have a shitty band, shitty YouTube channel, shitty podcast like we're doing. I don't care. I respect you if you put yourself out there. I have a level of respect for all of you.
Yeah.
But the thing was, I remember like going around and handing out demos to people, and I knew by the look on the person's face, even if by a miracle he listens to it, he's not going to like it.
Yeah.
You just know, that, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
And you got to talk yourself up and pretend. That's why I like this modern media like we're doing now. People will find it and like it or not. I don't have to go, handing things out,
Yeah.
lying to people about my ability.
And because the stuff gets out so quickly now, you got
Yeah.
entire musical acts that don't even put out albums anymore. They just
yeah,
put out
yeah.
digital. Weird Al isn't going to make albums anymore.
No.
Oh man,
It doesn't make any sense. Why would he spend 8-9 months in the studio making a whole album when he can just do a single
It's true.
whenever he feels like?
And like how you gave me these Final Days Fading, these guys, their song.
Yeah.
I was so happy when I heard it that it's like good quality. Like a lot of times people will like, hey, if you play my thing, and it's like not any good or it's,
Right.
No, it was pretty good.
And I don't care. Like, by the way, don't be afraid to send me your shit because I actually like bad stuff too. So there's a chance.
Yeah, right.
Have you ever heard our band before?
Yeah, I was in the worst band in America at one point.
I mean, I remember. I remember
sucked.
there was a band. It was like it was 20-something years ago or so that the dude was like handing out demos. Like they were playing the show with a few other bands. And I'm like, oh man, this dude, and the singer was kind of like this frail looking heroin addict looking dude, and they were called the Lantern Jack.
Oh, okay.
And they were fantastic.
Really?
They were fucking fantastic. And I'm like, they were fantastic live. He was very entertaining. They were really good. And then like, I didn't listen to the CD, at first.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, they were really good live, but the CD's probably just going to be like, whatever. So I played it, and it was fucking awesome. It was fucking awesome.
That's awesome. I love it when something like that happens.
And I was like, oh, my God. And I'm like, Bri, did you ever listen to it? He goes, no, dude. That dude was like a queer, man. No way. I was like, he was wearing eyeliner and dancing around and acting like all queery and stuff. No, I threw that CD away. I'm like, too bad, dude, because it was really good.
Ugh.
Then I played it for him like months later and didn't tell him. And he goes, dude, this is awesome. What is this? I go, it's that queer mode, dude. He's like, really? Oh, this is good, dude.
That's funny.
I remember one time. I'm eating.
Whatever.
It was wrong, but
man's got to eat.
Into the microphone? No.
it was at the Hayloft.
Yeah.
And me and my drummer Keith. I don't think Matt was there, but me and Keith went to see some band, people we knew or something. We went to kind of support another local band. And they had an opening band go up there. And these guys were like our age now.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was in my 20s. These guys were 40s. The one guy had a parted, feathered hair like a 80s.
Nice.
Not like a cool hair metal 80s. Like I'm an older guy now, and I don't really comb it, but it's conditioned and feathered a little bit.
Yeah.
And
it's just like this now because it's been like this so long.
And he gets up there and he's got the bass. Mm-hmm. The drummer was probably 460 pounds, and the guitar player looked like a dude that like washed out of the military. Like he had the like buzz cut and it looked like he was just out, and maybe they kicked him out because of his vision or something.
Yeah.
He wasn't in it anymore.
Yeah.
So they get up there and I go, oh my God, these fucking middle-aged dorks are gonna like, this is gonna suck.
Yeah.
And it was some of the heaviest fucking hardcore music I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Holy shit.
And they they were called Hobbs Device.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
And the bass player was the singer.
Yeah.
And he's like, and the dude, they were real nice when we met them and we're handing out their demos. Like, I'm not going to listen to your demo, old man. And I'm thinking like nothing. But I had no idea. I was never been so shocked in my fucking life about a band. They went up there and kicked ass.
Nice.
I'm like, dude. I'm like, just the value of looking at them. They should have been signed because if you looked at them and the way they sounded, like, it could have made money just out of novelty because people, like, say they got put on show, like, with Hatebreed or something or Slayer, people would just, they would have been taken back. Like, I was like, 'cause I did not expect what I saw.
That's like that band Macabre that I used to listen to with Bri.
Yeah.
They look like a bunch of hillbillies, like 3 hillbillies, dude. They wear like
corporate death.
Yeah, they wear like these like they wear like the onesie pajamas and stuff on stage sometimes. They're hillbilly looking straight up. They look like backwoods dudes and they sing about serial killers. They're like Jeffrey Dahmer, what's up?
Yeah, I remember that the singer's name was Corporate Death.
Yeah, Corporate Death, yeah. But fucking and they were just like yokels, really.
Yeah.
And I mean like but they're fucking they wrote a whole album dedicated to Dahmer, and I mean,
yeah, they did a whole album. Then it was chronological order too.
Yeah,
like each murder.
Yeah,
Well, it started out from when he was killing. Its first song is called Roadkill.
Yeah, it started
out by
he was a hitchhiker thumbing for a ride.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then it goes to the whole.
He didn't realize if he tried to leave, he had to die.
Was the last track him getting murdered in prison?
Yeah. The last song was called Christopher Staver Killed Jeffrey Dahmer. And it was just going, Christopher Staver Killed Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's awesome. That is great.
So he was told
dog guts. Jeffrey liked to play with dog guts.
Yeah. He said God told him.
That sounds awesome.
Dude, I love that album.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking
Phil,
be playing that at work.
Phil, check out the band Macabre and the album Dahmer. It's heavy as shit.
Yep.
Yeah, Phil.
Dude, that fucker's gonna be playing this weekend when I'm at work.
Jeffrey was a boy.
Jeffrey joined the army.
Yeah. All right, fellas, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to open up the Discord and hear from our friends abroad, Phil and Mike, maybe Morgan.
Hey, we got some broads? All right.
Yeah.
We got some broads on this
Broads,
show
bro.
today.
Is
All right,
Hojira
broads.
back yet?
So we're going to once again play Final Days Fading, Shallow Grave.
Cool tune.
That is mine. I put 86 in everything. Buttholes, fucking vaginas, I mean, whatever.
You can't say that on stream, dude. If you actually had like 100 people in here and you kept saying
Listen. First of all, my stream is 18 and older. So, hey, how y'all? No, it does matter because it's mature content only. So if I say fucking pussy, or I'm gonna fucking spread some fucking pussy lips, no, don't say
Yeah,
that.
you see, it's because of people like that right there that will get you mad.
Yeah, I ain't. Oh man, you're racist as fuck. You know what? You need Jesus in your life. You need Jesus, boy! Jesus! I'm gonna fuck him up for saying that. Yep. No. Morgan! Shut the fuck up! Hey, listen. On a real note, please tell the people how
Look,
amazing.
I don't care about your real note. Just take the garbage out to it.
That's what I'm talking about. Straight up ass shot, Forrest Gump style, right in the fucking dick.
Yeah.
Morgan, I fucking love you. I love playing this game with you. I wish I could play with you on a daily basis, 24/7. Where'd you go?
I'm right here. I didn't go nowhere.
Okay. My guy didn't show up. Hey, you see that guy right there with the big?
Hey.
Yeah. I had 4 kills.
You need to learn how to manage your surroundings. Oh, yeah. Don't forget this is a physical business.
Bobby Schmurder, man, and Jeffrey Epstein. So you got the leader of the. What is going on here?
Match point.
No.
Let's take some down.
It's on. I just
Aaron, on the other side of your wall.
Raise your weapon. We're not
How do you miss that? He walked right inside you.
Morgan, shut up. I shot. They're about to catch
They're
it.
going to come back and beat us.
They are gonna come back and win because you wanna fuck. Hey, my boy.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. I don't care about your boy. I don't care about your alcohol. I want to win, bro.
Bitch!
Right on the other side of you, Aaron.
Bitch! Eat my dick! Tryhards! Sweaty my nuts! Smell them! All up in your face! That's a shotgun to your fucking dome, tryhard my nuts!
So bad.
So bad! I'm fucking crying! My name's Ace! Oh, Ace! They're so tryhard, they're so sweaty, I'm crying! Eat my dick. How do you think they like that?
So those are my insane cousins playing on their Twitch channel. Check them out. It's Demon in the Mist 86. It's cousin Aaron and Morgan.
I put 86 on everything.
Evil E and Morgaroth.
I love the Aaron, watch the side of you, like it's real war. You can hear him in the
I don't care about your alcoholism. I want to win.
It's so good.
Eat my dick.
I'm so sweaty. I'm crying. Yeah, I thought about doing a Twitch, but I'm so bad at video games. It's irredeemable.
That could be your gimmick, though.
Yeah, but that works for the titty streamer girls that are real hot, but it wouldn't work for me. I don't think.
I don't know, man. Some of those titty streamers are way better than I've ever been at video games.
Yeah. Well, yeah, some of them can. They've been doing it so long that they learn how to play. Finally,
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like porn stars that do that too. That,
Yeah,
play
you're not-
video
I don't-
games and
I think
they get
there's-
banged.
I don't know if you're allowed to
It's
have
like
the
a-
nudity and stuff.
Is that? Are they really playing video games? I don't know.
well, there are Twitch channels where the girls just like not strip, but just dance and do dumb shit, and like dudes give them money.
Yeah, because you like
ridiculous.
donate to people as they're playing their game.
So I mean, I'm gonna try to get some of this money. Is what I want to do. But how am I gonna do that?
The money's here in podcasting.
Well, you have to be a girl and hot.
Yeah.
That helps.
I know.
Podcasting's where you make the money.
It's where you do it. All right, I want to open up the Discord to the fellas.
Yeah.
So the Discord's
Is,
open.
Is Phil here?
Yeah, he's here.
So today, I went to Hot Topic, got a new My Chemical Romance shirt and a chain wallet.
Yeah.
You know,
That's good.
I was going to hit Charlie's up for a cheesesteak, and I didn't. I really regret that.
You should have.
I really regret it because I went to a place that I have frequented in the past and liked their food, and I got a burger, bacon cheeseburger, and it was not good.
Yeah.
And I was really bummed.
What's the deal with peanut butter?
Yeah.
What do they call it? Peanut butter.
No, but I forgot what I was going to say about chain wallets.
Oh,
He's getting from the road show, too.
yeah.
So like,
Anyways.
you get that, or do you get that like to prove that like, hey, I own things, man. I have stuff.
You know,
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
it's kind of funny when like that.
What up?
In the 90s, everybody was, all the guys, everybody was getting chain wallets.
How are the
girls
fights
and
going,
guys.
man?
And Jay was like, "Why is everybody wearing a chain wallet?"
Man, the Aldo fight was
I've had
kind
a
of
chain
fucking
wallet since
boring.
I was 9, and he wasn't lying. He had a chain wallet since he was. Like
I believe
9.
it. Oh, hey, Mike.
So Phil's in here.
Phil, you watching?
We're not watching the fights, no. Not at all.
I thought Phil was.
Who's fighting?
Not now.
You're not watching them?
Oh.
Are you doing the phone thing where you
fight? I want to win.
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
But were you watching the fights on your phone? Is that why?
10-4.
Oh, cool. Paid for, of course. We pay for things, right?
Yes, 100% paid for on my cell plan.
I download stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I paid
Definitely don't go to firstrowsports.eu.
There it goes.
There you go. We're getting shut down.
We're getting shut down. Oh!
Yeah, I haven't.
Jose Aldo lost.
Yeah, Mike said.
Yeah, it was ugly. I don't know. They didn't want to engage that much.
That sucks.
That's he's a other Brazilian, that Marvin Marias, right?
Marlon.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Probably
both
Marlon
Brazilian.
Mahias.
Yeah.
Because
The
all
California
those-
faggot got knocked into fucking 10 years ago.
I saw that he got knocked down like before the knockout too. He was getting his ass whooped.
He got knocked down twice in the second.
Yeah, towards the end of the first, he started just getting manhandled, and then, yeah.
Then it was that guy like the Russian Swede or whatever the hell he is, Peter Yan or something.
I don't know.
Yeah,
He's
Peter
beating
Young.
Not American?
beating the hell out of him.
Well, he might be more American than fucking a California fucking kid.
Possibly.
Fucking
I think he is.
California.
I know. I think he is Russian because it has a Russian flag next to his face.
I am the Russian.
Yeah.
Big Russian hero.
And then he called out Henry Cejudo after the fight.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Well, he better have his
Man,
wrestling
hey.
game up.
Ain't nobody care about fucking weights as much as my fucking 12-year-old.
135s, 125s, little guys.
Yeah.
Phil, are you
I can't really care until, like, I mean, maybe 145, but really, like, gotta be about, what the motherfuckers drinking out of their shoes. Fucking weirdos.
Phil, are you having trouble hearing us again? Discord
I
issue?
got you, buddy.
Okay.
No, we're good.
All right, if you want to watch the fights, you don't have to be in here. I mean,
No. I want
Okay.
to talk to Al because I fucking love Al.
you love Al. Okay.
Oh,
Hey, Phil.
fucking love Al. The other two are pieces of shit, but Al's a stud.
He's told us that on many occasions.
Yeah,
so.
we're aware of your hatred of us.
Fucking
Yeah.
magic pants buddies and shit.
Yeah.
Well, them Mormons, they stick together.
Mormons.
Yeah.
Alan.
Momos.
And so,
Me and
so
Al
what's
give our
like
10%.
the secret sign for being Mormon? Or some bullshit?
Your wife has a
You gotta
black
have
eye.
big giant teeth.
Giant teeth.
Yeah.
No, I thought there was like something you say or something.
My old neighbor, the
No, you just
patrolman,
you
he had
just
more-
throw out
yeah.
the big giant teeth.
I used to call him Bucky.
Yeah.
Got a couple.
Yeah, it's the
got a
big
whole row
teeth.
of
They have this
chiclets
weird
going
smile.
Oh yeah, and he had a
Fuck,
twin
dude,
brother. I didn't know that.
I still
One of
think
them
it's
was
funny that
highway patrolman,
Napoleon
the other
Dynamite
state
was, like-
police officer.
All Mormon.
Yeah, I know.
So, Mike, the place I used to work for that I went to Michigan with, Napoleon Dynamite is based off the owner's son.
Really?
100%. Like he's at the very end of the movie and they're all standing around clapping. He this kid was gonna be he was the prodigal son, and he'd sit in the office and it was just like he was a fucking weirdo, man.
A flipping weirdo,
And then-
I mean.
Oh, dude, yeah, he's a flipping weirdo. Heck,
So you met the real Napoleon
yeah, I
Dynamite.
sat right next to him in the office. It fucking sucked.
Was he
So
really that
I was
crazy?
overseas when that came out, and we got we'd call them Haji DVDs, obviously pirate DVDs, and I thought we'd found some like diamond in the rough and didn't know that everybody already knew about it.
Like you were waiting to go back home. Guys, have you seen it?
Yeah. I was like, it's like, oh man, because I was like talking to my first wife or whatever. I was like, it's like, oh yeah,
Or
I
whatever.
found this obscure movie. Yeah, you cannot or whatever me there, Phil.
I just did.
Or whatever.
No, you can't on the wires.
Oh, I can. That's why I did.
Well, okay, you can, much like, well, I'm about to say something racist.
Don't say
Don't.
anything.
Even though we talked about white power bands for 20 minutes.
It's not our view.
Much like someone can drop a hard R.
Yeah, you don't want to do that one.
It was not our view.
Well, that one compilation, did you hear the compilation of Morgan and Aaron I played?
Yeah.
There was that part where Aaron was saying you need Jesus. The guy said hard R over and over again to try to get Aaron in trouble on his stream. That's why I was like, you guys don't be saying that.
Yeah.
I had to take
Who
that
would
out.
drop hard R's on a Twitch stream?
Well, it wasn't his Twitch stream. It was on Aaron's, so he was trying to get Aaron in trouble. So
I know, but I'm saying, who would do that in someone else's Twitch stream? That's
this
fucking
guy, well,
shenanigans.
the thing is that it's stupid because your name's up there,
Yeah.
like your gamer tag. They were like, hey, this guy here is the one saying it. It's like,
Yeah. Oh, I was him. Yeah.
I'll act innocent. I didn't do nothing. He did it.
Man, I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So you were familiar with all the Mormon slang that was in Napoleon Dynamite before anyone, huh, Phil?
Oh God, yes. I sat next to that piece of shit.
Yeah. Did he wear moon boots? The real Napoleon?
He did in the wintertime. He fucking
Moon
did.
boots are the best.
I love that movie.
He didn't have the hair. That's the only real big difference.
You all are lying because you're all about the right age. If you didn't want the tennis shoe moon boots when you were a kid.
I don't remember them. Tennis shoe moon boots?
I didn't.
You don't
want 'em
remember
because
that?
Your feet got wet.
No.
Well,
They're
that's
not
why
all
you
from
put
South
your
Dakota.
bread bag inside.
I guess I should watch that movie, huh?
You've never seen Napoleon Dynamite?
I've never seen Napoleon.
Yeah, you got to see it. I think it's part of.
They're on tour with it because it's the 15th anniversary and stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I know parts of it, but like
Uncle Rico.
like, and I know how he like the dude that plays Napoleon Dynamite. Like basically everything he's in other than that, he just seems like Napoleon Dynamite in it. Just
pretty much.
you know.
Blades. of
I don't
Glory.
think he's been in anything in like a decade.
Yeah,
It's been a
I
while.
don't think so.
No, he did like.
I mean, that might be a slight exaggeration, but not really.
No, it's probably been close to a decade.
I think, like, honestly, like Blades of Steel.
Yeah, Blades of Glory.
Well, I don't know if
Steel, and then he was in
Blades of
Brent
Steel
One.
is an NES game, dude. Don't
Those are
fuck
both
that
like
up.
Well-
old, right?
Blades of Glory is 12 years old. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Blades of Steel was a good game.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Blades of Steel. Because the big thing was you could fight. Remember
You
that?
can fight.
It's the worst
You're-
fight.
yeah.
Hey,
To
so
this day,
I
I
just- I
still
know- I
hum that
remember he
theme
was
song
on,
when I
like,
step on the ice.
He
That was a
hosted
Super
Saturday Night
Nintendo
Live
game,
when he
right?
was big
No,
for
that was a
Napoleon
Nintendo
Dynamite.
game.
I remember like every.
Oh, so
skill
he's
like Napoleon Dynamite.
yeah, that was like Tecmo Bowl. That's probably the best NHL
That
game.
his acting skill.
Pretty much. Hey, you want to go see January 10th?
Who?
Napoleon Dynamite. John Hader's going to be there. Redford Theater. Let's go see Napoleon Dynamite live with John Hader.
I'll have to not go.
Yeah, me too. I'm not paying money to see it.
That sounds like a
I have it
great
on
thing to
DVD.
never go
I'm
see
not gonna
again.
pay to see it.
What'd you say, Phil?
That sounds like a great thing to never go do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's
yeah.
it's Napoleon, Pedro, and Uncle Rico all going to be there to watch Napoleon Dynamite and answer your questions.
So it sounds like Uncle Rico became Uncle Rico.
Pretty much.
I like me some Uncle Rico. I don't care.
He was in Real Genius too.
Hey man, he was a real genius with that great mullet.
He was the rooster. That's all I care about.
Laszlo.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had the great mullet.
Oh, VIP tickets are only $75, guys.
The only one I considered going to was the Point Break one.
Yeah.
Point Break play. But
Yeah.
But then I was like, nah.
You don't want to go see the Pee Wee's Big Adventure 35th Anniversary Edition?
You get to jack off in the crowd.
No,
I'm
you
gonna
just get to
fuck
hang
my
out with
hand in
all
the crowd.
ribbons,
That's for
but-
That
sure.
would be like pretty cool. You know,
Yeah.
hey, man, Pee Wee gets a bad rap. He didn't molest no kids or anything.
All he did was
just
jack up in a
jacked
theater.
All he did
those
was
people
fuck his
molesting
hand. There ain't nothing
kids.
wrong with that.
I mean,
Who hasn't?
you know, I mean, seriously, you got a giant screen of.
I am right now.
on, you know, what's he supposed to do?
Think about the hell, like if you were a serial like masturbator, like you couldn't control it, and to get the full effect, you had to go to a theater. The VHS hadn't come out yet. You had to go risk it. You know what I mean?
Hey, so Al, have you been to a theater? I've never actually been to a theater.
A porn theater? No, I haven't.
No.
I went to a porn
Well, Al's the
shop.
oldest, so
I have not been to one. No,
Phil?
I knew of one that was
Yeah, of
still
course I
open
have.
when I was
So what's-
probably I was old enough to go, and it was
Yeah.
still open, but it was in a really, really, really,
Locally?
really, really bad neighborhood.
Well, they all are.
yeah. So I've never seen a
this-
theater.
this
I've,
one-
I've
yeah,
never
but, like-
I've never seen it supersized.
Oh yeah.
There used to be one that's gone now in Evanston, Wyoming, where all the Utahns go to get their porn and fireworks.
What else do you need?
Like as soon as and liquor stores, as soon as you cross the border, it was like a big fireworks stand, a giant porn shop that had a theater, and liquor stores. And
Yeah,
we went there, and I
right
was
in
like
Evanston.
21.
Yeah. I've
It's pretty wild.
I've never been. To
Was the
Evanston,
floor sticky?
but I've been to.
It was
Evanston.
fucking wild, dude.
Well, I remember I went to right on 8 Mile. Only time I went into a porn shop was with Brian, and I bought
Seems fitting.
backstage sluts.
Yeah.
And that guy that from Society One, Matt Zane. Remember, he had a porn company
Yep.
and a band.
Yep.
And then it showed some porn scenes, and then in between interviews with like guys from Sick of It All and all that.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I was in Poland and this chick was blowing me in the streets, telling their sex stories. I was like, all right, this would have been really cool when I was 14
Right.
to see, but
Yeah.
There was another one that was less sleazy, but it was also on. It was weird because that one was on the Warren side of 8
yeah,
Mile.
it was in Warren. Yeah,
The other one was at the Hazel Park side of 8 Mile.
Yeah.
But
That's
it was a
the one I went to.
classier place, and I just went in there. I had to get stuff for a white elephant, and I bought a 3-pack of magazines.
You talking about the one right at DeQuinder?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was classy after it was remodeled.
this was just after the remodel too. So bought a 3-pack of porn magazines, some Astroglide or some lube type thing, and then I went across the street to Walgreens and bought a couple packs of Kleenex, and I put them all into a manila envelope, taped it up, and then wrapped it up, and then stapled it shut too. Did a really shitty wrapping job, and I put it in the white elephant for the work Christmas party. And the guy who got it, it was a deacon at his church.
oh yeah, you told me about that.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, I went into that one on 8 and DeQuinder before it was redone back in the day because we used to go in there and buy whippets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we could get
Fucking whippets.
You guys ever do the whippets?
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
I never did.
that. We did that until my awesome friend Jay one day was working somewhere and said, "Hey, that tank looks like it'll hold nitrous," and stole it from work. Took it to a taxidermy and then said, "Hey, can you fill this with nitrous?" And the guy's like, "Well, I'm not supposed to." He goes, "I'll give you $50." He goes, "Well, hell, all right."
Yeah. Yeah, I'll never forget that we were at a frat house one time,
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
and those
too.
guys had all the nitrous. And you're at a frat house. There's like cocaine and date rape going on because you're at a frat house.
Yep.
But then the one
And
guy took,
rape, probably.
and the one guy took exception to the whippets being done.
Yeah,
And I'm like, and like the guys we were with are like, "You seriously? What?" He's like, "No drugs here." He's like, "What all this other shit that's going on here?" But
so much.
it's just because they weren't in the frat or whatever.
Yeah, that was.
And it
Was that the one? Was that the pajama one? Where
Yeah.
Oh man.
no one except for oh God, what was his name? He was one of the friends of the.
Yeah, that guy, they called him Pink. I don't remember his real
that was
name.
Pink. Yeah, Pink. And the Peach was the one who was the other Mike. But yeah, he was the only one of us that wore pajamas because it was a pajama party.
And he walked up and everyone
He had
was
like
laughing
one,
at him.
but it was like onesie type, and he had like feetsy pajamas on. He actually had feetsy pajamas on.
Yeah, remember those themed parties though that like people would have? The only one I wish I remember Ed and them had turtleneck parties. I should have went to
See,
one
that
of
would have been
those.
cool.
I remember going to a frat, and I was hanging out with football players because my war buddy was on the football team, and we were pissing on the frat outside, and they got all pissy. And one linebacker just like, "The fuck you guys gonna do about it?" They
Nothing.
walked away. Yeah, I was like,
I absolutely believe you pissed on someone. I do believe that, Mike.
Yeah,
no, pissing on the frat. I have puked on someone
he was pissing on the
in
building
San
itself.
Francisco.
Oh, okay, like you did, like Ozzy did the Alamo or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I have puked on someone.
Yeah,
I was blackout drunk, but they couldn't do anything because I was with a whole bunch of of Marines, so it was kind of funny.
I've been gone for it's fucking cold.
Your cat's missing, Mike.
Dale's missing again. He's partying.
It's out infecting.
Spreading the
he's-
disease, man.
I know if
a
any
vector.
animal people are listening to this, they're gonna fucking condemn me.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to put a cat with that 5 feet outside.
Well, you fat shame your cat too, so
Yeah, I'm trying to get him in shape.
yeah.
He's way too fat.
Yeah.
Does he fat shame you back?
No, my dad does though.
Yeah.
My dad. I remember my dad like it's funny now, but when I was you're a teenager, you have no confidence. It was one of I've been up and down fat person my whole life, and he's like, "You ever get tired of just being fat and shit?" I was like,
You ever just get tired of it?
he's like,
I'm
I'm like, yeah, actually, I'm quite tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm actually.
I shamed my cat. I walked by her every day for like the first 3 years I had her, and fucking farted and said, "Maud, I'm done with that fart." Every day I did it to her every day. "Maud, I'm done with that fart," and she'd just look at me every day.
Phil, you fat shame anybody?
That's how I live my life, bud.
I know. You ever fat shame a breezy?
Yes,
like-
all the time.
If you want to be mine, you got to lose a few pounds, kind of thing.
I have said stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you'd be an awesome lady to keep around, but you're just too goddamn fat. Your ass looks like a sack of oranges.
You like show her a finger and go, "See, this could be your best friend."
Yeah.
That's
Insert
right.
intro.
Yeah. Well, I remember
Gag on this.
I remember a guy. His theory was he's like, what you got to do is find you a fat girl that's got a real good bone structure and genetics that's really pretty, and then you get her in shape, and then she won't realize that she's above you. Yeah. But you gotta,
Yeah.
That's solid logic. I'm not.
but I'm
that
like,
patient,
I'm fat
and
myself. I don't have these options. But you do. I
gotta be over 6
I would
feet
be an
tall.
Uncle
That's all
Tom
it
if I
takes,
did
man.
that to a fat girl. I can't sell out my own people.
Uh-oh. Nunez is about to fucking rape.
Oh yeah,
No, man, she's going to lose, I'm sure.
yeah. Jermaine.
I don't think so.
How do you say the name, Phil? Jermaine.
Durandamy.
Deuteronomy.
That sounds fake.
Durandamy.
Sounds like a Bible verse.
you say
Jermaine
Jermaine
Deuteronomy.
How is she French? They both look Brazilian.
Well, France has a lot of immigration, much like we do. So
Did that fight end 16 seconds in or with 16 seconds left?
who?
Her fight.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, no, never mind. I'm looking at her last fight. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
She fought Aspen.
Oh, God. Whatever. French bitch is already scared. She's up against the fucking
She's going to win.
cage.
Watch.
That'd be funny if it's one of those. The funniest knockout.
Which would also describe a 90s movie.
Remember the Mac Danzig knockout?
Yeah.
Mac Danzig was backing up and threw a weird punch just in desperation upward, totally like no body weight behind it, just to get the guy off him, and it landed right on Joe Stevenson. That's who it landed right on his chin, and he went out.
Joe Daddy.
If you look up Mac Danzig versus Joe Stevenson, it was a pure luck, like just trying to back up and get away real quick, and it landed somehow.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, holy shit, that's the stupidest knockout I've ever seen.
What about Shoney Carter and the back fists?
Well, the back fist was a hard
I'll
hit,
take it
though.
real old.
It wasn't there. I don't know. The back fist was at least, you could see why that would knock someone out.
Oh, yeah. This was just like
Every now and then, though, you'll see somebody get, for some reason, just devastated by a jab, and you're like, that dude must have trained too hard. Because like you'll see, you see just a little jab, and the guy's fucking head goes way back, and he's out. And like, what the fuck happened to that guy? No. Well,
Oh, this
Brandon
better
Schaub
not end
happened
with the
to do a lot.
guillotine. This
I
is
did have
lame.
Brenda job.
Hey, Al.
Hey,
foreigner.
Al.
Yes.
Phil's.
Yes.
Did you ever go to the heavy metal shop when you were here?
Heavy metal shop.
Oh yeah. Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. My ex's friend Nicole used to take me there because her and I had a love for metal and punk bands, and
Cock.
my ex didn't. So yeah, she took me there a couple times. I liked it.
Yeah.
That dude, the dude that runs it is probably the coolest cat you'd ever meet, too.
Yeah. I never got the chance to actually meet him, but she talked about him. But yeah, me and her got along really good, man. She was really cool.
Did you get along with her really good?
No, not like that.
She sounds hot.
She is hot, actually.
Yeah, you got along.
She was like a crazy drunken whore, and then one day, like, just stopped drinking, like, because she had like 2 kids, and she's like, she wasn't, and she just like went and got sober, and then started fly fishing, and then we never saw her anymore.
Oh yeah,
she went all the river runs through it.
Yeah. Dude,
so what you're saying is you missed your chance.
What he's saying is you missed your chance. So.
Yeah.
I got some flies she can fish on.
Yeah,
I should probably hit her.
They're real small.
Yeah, hey, you're sober, she's sober.
Yeah.
Like, I cleaned my life up.
Yeah.
We clean our life up together.
Her kids are grown by now. I mean, they were like,
You go fly back
10
out there.
and 16 at that time.
Go see some metal sober.
Yeah.
Go visit Phil.
Yeah.
Just come crash in my crib.
We went to this place.
Oh man, Nunez is just fucking prison raping.
Garage or something like
Prison
that. We went and saw some bands play it.
It's just big bold dyke. It's the best metaphor.
I don't know.
Man, they should fucking stop us.
Yeah,
Come on.
Is she just on the ground getting thrown around and shit, pounded on?
She's not even putting up a guard. She's just like leaning in over the top of the whatever the fuck, I can't pronounce the name.
Is it
and
still
just
in the first round?
pounding away on her. Yep. I think it's going to make it to the second. Well, I don't know. She might go for an arm choke here.
Yeah,
Yep.
The funny thing is, like, Amanda Nunez is the best female fighter. There's no question. But they've acted like she's dominated everyone. That Ukrainian girl broke even with her twice, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Joanne.
I can't
Valentina.
say. Valentina. To me,
Savenchko.
I've seen both fights. I watched both of them, and to me, they were pretty close. The second one,
They were very
suck.
close.
the second one,
Let's be real here.
What?
The chicks suck. They have no fucking skill and shit. That's all it is.
You talk shit about Joanna, I'll fucking dummy you, bud.
Views and opinions expressed on this show are not that of Radio Underground.
Well, they kind of are.
Yeah.
They kinda, just not you. No, they kinda. No, that. But Valentina, like the first fight especially, I thought Valentina might have even won. The second one, Nunez did beat her, but the first one, I don't know. But anyway, that chick, and she's smaller than Nunez. She's like a smaller chick, but that chick's just badass. She's just tough as fuck. Because everyone else she fights, she just mows them right down like nothing. And that Valentina goes and stands right in with her, no problem at all.
Yeah.
Well, she's fighting chicks that probably have full-time jobs and shit, you know?
Yeah, Valentina can break even simply by training all the time.
Yeah.
They got a job and kids and stuff. They ain't got time to be training all the time. Yeah.
The stove isn't good shadowboxing. Okay.
I forget who is like Bellator. Yeah, Bellator, they had somebody and he's like, yeah, I got a week off from work to go train for this or something. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, this guy's going to die.
Yeah, well, they used to be, even just a few years ago, oh my God, what's his last name? Dustin
Poirier?
He wasn't training full time. Remember, he was working like at grocery stores and stuff.
Yeah.
And training in his spare time. And he was, when he finally started winning, he's like, oh, well, I guess I'll have to quit now. But for like his first 2 or 3 UFC fights, he was still working.
Well, a lot of guys at least will have a job that like it isn't really full time or whatever.
Yeah, grocery store.
Now some of them do. What was it, Shane Carwin or was
Shane
like an
Carwin
engineer or some bullshit?
Well, he was an engineer and he would train on lunch. He would get they would give him a long lunch so he didn't train after work where you're dead tired from working all day.
Yeah.
So he would get lunch and he would go train for 2 hours and then that's how he trained. But they asked him like, well, why don't you focus on fighting? He goes, because I don't want to be someone that has to fight for money and that's all like I got going. Like it's a good paying job.
Yeah.
It doesn't physically do anything to my joints. It's mental work. You know, I don't have to It's not like he's working a fucking warehouse as a dock hand throwing shit around all day, then training. You know.
Well, when he
Well, he's smart. I mean, even if you make like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars at fighting, I mean, you're done at like 30 or 40.
Well, he stopped at like 29 or 30, wasn't he?
Yeah,
his back.
He had too many back problems, and he didn't even.
Well, he weighed too much, probably.
Yeah, well, he didn't. He started fighting old too. He was like 35 or 34 his first fight.
Oh,
so he was. He wasn't a spring chicken. But
That's right. He was older. Who was I thinking of that stopped young? Brian Stan wasn't young because he'd already done military service and stuff. He just didn't feel like
Brian Stan's a fag.
he's an American hero, man.
Fag.
not a gay fag, just a fag.
Just a fag.
Just an undesirable person.
That makes it less of.
He's a cigarette.
Yeah,
I can call him that.
There's, how that word fag
Yeah,
has
because
like 3
it's
different
like you and the
meanings,
hard
have
R.
nothing to
You-
do with gay people at all.
The fags can call each other fags. We know.
What'd you say, Phil?
Mike can call him a fag because the fags can call each other fags. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
Hey, at least he doesn't stick stuff up my dick hole.
Pussy.
Stop it.
And fuck trannies.
Well, now you're talking. now you're speaking my language, man.
my buddy Chris always said, "There's no such thing as."
Brian Sam was a disappointment, though. That fucking big ass head.
Yeah, I thought Stan would like when he lost to Vanderlei. I was like, he's probably.
Well, his dumb ass stood with him.
Well, he was winning the fight pretty easily, but Vanderlei's been in a million fights and he wasn't out, so you got caught. You can't just. He should have like used a little bit of a technique.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. It was a great fight. That's still a great fight. I don't care what anyone says. That's like an amazing fight.
I had to sneeze. That's my update. I sneezed.
Yeah, it's an update.
Yep, I sneezed. So they got out of the first round then, huh?
They didn't stop the fight?
I don't know. I'm peeing, but no, I think it made it to the second.
Being all right.
A lot of Coors White.
Coors White.
I'm out of Coors White, actually.
What are you on now?
Well, this is the last one.
It's the last?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think I even have the emergency shitty vodka. Might have to drink a bottle of wine.
When I used to have parties here all the time, that was one good thing when I was I would run out of beer and stuff, then I would go to the beer I don't like, but it was still here.
Yeah.
And then I would, if I had to, there would be shit on my fridge.
Yeah.
Like that cheap vodka that people make Jell-O shots with, or cheap tequila. I'm like,
Right.
well, I'm not done, and I ain't driving anywhere.
Right.
So I'm
That's
like,
it.
here, I'm going for it. I'm going in.
My military
let's
specials
see what
back
we
in
got
New
to
York.
mix with this. Here's a 2-liter with like 2 inches of flat Mountain Dew at the bottom.
Yeah.
Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's been
Ugh.
there since 3 weekends ago. Well, I need to mix something with this shit.
I can't drink it straight.
Can't drink it straight.
I'll fucking
I knew a
die.
guy who drank Diet Mountain Dew and Scotch.
Oh,
God.
Yeah.
no, dude, I
Yeah.
would drink
And
Scotch.
you know it wasn't good Scotch.
there would
I mean,
be no mixing.
Like, why waste good Scotch with that? But yeah.
But,
It's going to make it to the third.
Well, remember that time, Brian? We ran out of. We were low on everything, but we didn't want to go to the store. So it was me, you, Frank, and I think Nick. We did the final solution, and it was just whatever we had left. We put in one container.
Yeah.
It was like wine, liquor, beer, everything, and we put it in a big jug, like a huge ass jug. We're like, this is what we're doing. That
Was it
that
6 million % alcohol?
Yeah, that hangover was of the gods.
I don't think I actually drank any of it. I think I was there, and I was like, maybe I had a couple sips, but I didn't drink it heavy.
It was one of those nights where it was like 4 a.m. We couldn't even go get more alcohol because it was like 4 a.m. And like, well, let's put everything together, man. And oh my God, the hangover I had
why?
was like days long.
yeah.
Horrible.
Bad.
You know what I loved about College Town was they let me like buy a keg just shit housed.
Yeah. Oh, you could be hammered.
Did you say college town or college time?
being in a college town, and
Oh, okay.
I don't think they'd let you do it now, but
No, you can't get away with
well,
shit now.
damn near 20 years ago. But like, I mean, had it fucking it was actually a football lineman drive me there, but just I mean, like, you know, like where you're wall walking, like I'm damn near that drunk,
Yeah.
and they let me buy a keg.
Yeah. Give me a keg of beer.
The Teen Wolf. I just watched Teen Wolf. That's what that's from.
Yep.
Keg of beer.
Give me a
But yeah, I was with the lineman. This fucker, like, to the side with one arm, picked up a keg. I was like, "Oh, hey, I'll help you with that." It's like, "No, got it." I was like, fuck.
Leave me alone.
I used to be part of this competition where you had to throw a keg over a wall backwards. When I was,
Yeah. But no, a lot of the taller guys are into that.
yeah, I stopped doing it. Once they started making it into a sport and they put it on ESPN, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore, guys.
Yeah.
World's strongest man.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Last time I tried picking up a keg, I hurt my hand. I'm not going to do that
I
again.
remember riding with one of the players, and he, you remember Police Academy? I'm sure you guys have seen that fine
Oh, yeah.
documentary.
A few times.
Yeah.
You remember when Bubba like sits in the back seat of the car, like rips the seat out?
Yeah.
Front seat out.
Yep.
Yeah, this dude, he didn't quite do that, but like you could tell, like he had the rails extended because the seat was against the back seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a big ass dude, then. Huh?
Yeah.
What college? What college was that?
Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Cyclones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Cyclone.
I have.
So not a real good college, but still Big 12.
I have an Iowa State Cyclones T-shirt.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I bought it at like a thrift store. I just liked the shirt, so it was really
Oh.
soft too. It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
really, really comfy. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that.
They had a quarterback.
I had to get a new hoodie because my my chick decided that it was her property.
She owns your hoodie.
Yeah.
That happens.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I watched them when they played Iowa, and I think they beat Iowa at the last second a few years ago, and there was a quarterback named Steele Jantz. It was the best name ever, and he was awesome. He was like a white guy with longish hair, and he could throw really far and run fast. I was like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah. And where?
So when they would
orchestrated-
play, it was epic.
where's
It
he
would be
playing
like
now?
Nowhere.
NFL Europe.
No.
80,000 people in the stands and 80,000 people outside tailgating.
What? Oh, what was the name of the town? Was it in Des Moines or?
Ames.
This is Ames.
Isn't it? Yeah.
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 That was Iowa. No, I know neither one of them is in because I know the Iowa is in what's it called?
Iowa City.
Iowa. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not.
yeah.
It's not in Des Moines. Slipknot's in Des Moines though.
Yeah.
That I know.
Yeah. Neither of the colleges are in Des Moines.
They were just starting to be a thing when I was in college.
It was Slipknot.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they came out in '99 and I hadn't heard of them, I was like, I still say that was one of the greatest metal albums ever. Whatever they became or whatever you say, whatever about them, but that album you can't take it away from them. It was
The
a
very
fucking
first album.
Yeah, it was a great album.
Well,
They did 2 good albums, and then it was
the self-title is technically the second album because they had that
Oh, yeah,
Meat,
'cause-
Feed, Kill, Repeat.
yeah, because they had it was like was an EP, not a demo.
I think it was 5 or 6 songs.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
Their
First full length was
their first self-titled Slipknot album. It was amazing.
Man, everybody has their first album that's like not really their first album.
That's true.
Like this is the shit we sell in our trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard though for a lot of bands to have multiple good albums or to match their first album because usually the first album's like a lifetime's worth of work.
Yeah, right.
That's
So
true.
this is everything we've created so
Yeah.
far.
They're like, do it again.
Do it again. And you got a 13-month deadline here.
Yeah.
Rick Rubin's going to be
Nunez
yelling
is
at
just
you.
fucking raping her, but it ain't getting stopped.
Nah.
Oh, she's like dropping elbows, like where you bring them back onto the head.
Like totally winding up. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember,
Man, this is an 80s movie.
remember going
Just
and
fucking
seeing,
lesbian rape.
It was me and Jay, and Jay was dating Sandra, and there was some girl, I don't remember, but anyway, we went and saw Bush. They all wanted to see Bush, and it was like
Yeah.
$5. So I'm like, all right. So we went and saw Bush.
I'd go see them for $5.
You saw Bush for $5.
Oh yeah, I saw tons of shows for $5. But so it was Bush and the Toadies, but we didn't know who Toadies were.
Texas fucking rock.
And Toadies came out and played, and I'm like, these guys fucking wail. That little dude's angry, man, because he's just screaming. I'm like, man, those songs sound pissed off. Somebody did something bad to this dude when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And then Bush comes on, and all these chicks are freaking out, and Gavin Rossdale's like, I know all you girls want me, and I'm like, done. Hate that guy. Went outside and waited for them to finish.
He actually said it.
Yeah, I was like, done. I walked out.
It's one thing to know it, but it's another thing to say it.
Said, I'll be outside. When he's done playing, you guys can come get me, and we'll leave, you know? So...
Kind of a baller move
like,
to say it, though.
Cody's like, so I bought the tape the next day. I went and bought the cassette. I was like, dude, that was a pissed off band. I want to hear that, you know? Yep. Beat the hell out of that tape, you know? It was angry. It was very angry music, you know? I mean...
That was Rubberneck, right?
Yeah.
That was a great CD, man.
But then they're like, all right, hurry up, man. We want to make you famous. Write another album, you know? And he's like,
well, I'm famous now. I'm not angry anymore.
You know? He's like, well, all right, well, how much, you know? And then like they put like it got delayed, you know, and fucking record company owned it, and then there was, and then it like came out like 6 years later, and they were already broken up.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's the whole D. Snyder thing. He's like, how can I be angry anymore? I'm sitting in a mansion.
Yeah, right.
Like you mentioned before.
What I have to be mad about?
You can't write music. When
I like D.
Yeah.
D's based.
Well, it's like, I mean, like so many bands in the 90s, they're like, okay, well, here's the one that was a hit for you. Okay, now write 13 of those for the next album.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't and the truth is, like, you can't force creativity.
No.
It comes.
Yeah.
But like that, like
can't.
death and thrash bands, I hate to say it because I love the music, but you can always write a new death album. Like, are we just going to go rip fast a bunch of these riffs? Scream about killing people.
All
Boom.
right, so,
done.
This new song we're going to call Brutal Rape.
Brutal.
Well, didn't we have one on the last album? No. That wasn't Brutal Rape.
That was heinous rape.
That was brutal strangulation and rape.
It's different.
Yeah.
So, hey, this guy is saying that the French lady won the second round. Is that correct?
No.
All right.
I mean, not that I'm paying a lot of attention and I'm inebriated, but
Dude, are we watching Loverboy? We're watching Loverboy.
Yeah.
Hey, Loverboy's good. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, I mean, you know, like that Loverboy song, you know, Pig and Elephant DNA just don't splice.
Yeah.
No,
this is a Loverboy song to a regular show video.
Yeah. No, this is working for the weekend. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, this obviously isn't the
Yeah,
original.
I don't know. This is Cartoon Network playing Loverboy.
Yeah, regular
I
show.
can't believe
Oh, yeah, okay. Is that what this is?
So you guys missed one of the Ring girl chicks was like on her phone, and then she realized the camera was on her. She like flipped it over.
Oh no.
Yeah,
like-
MMA junkie gave
It's like, yeah, you could give a fuck.
You know, we talked about fat people the whole time, and I never did this. Hey, fatty! Never played the Hey Fatty drop.
Yeah,
You know,
MMA junkies. The other one, they both gave it to the French lady the second round.
Holy sh! Hey,
Yeah.
she might win. She's got her in a reverse triangle right now.
Who got Nunez in it?
Yeah, Nunez is in a reverse triangle right now. She's going to give it up. But she could guillotine.
That's it.
But no, Nunez is still bullying her. I don't know how they gave the second round to fucking Frenchie.
I don't know. Maybe
They
that's
did.
just- they want to create parody some kind of way.
Now these aren't the actual judges, obviously. So those people are watching it just like us. We're biased.
Well, I don't have sound on, so I can't hear Joe fucking try and fucking gas me up the like corporate way.
Yeah, he's always gaslighting and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fellas, I think we're going to close the show down.
They gave the third round to Nunez.
I think everybody's getting a little tired.
Before we go, though, I'd like to say that Nirvana single-handedly ruined Mike Reno's career.
Yeah.
He
And
did.
that's a fact. Being a Loverboy did not ruin Mike Reno's career. Nirvana single-handedly ruined.
Until this moment, I didn't know who Mike Reno was.
Yeah, well, that's what he said in the behind behind the music or the '80s thing. You know, he's like, Nirvana single-handedly ruined our career.
Do they
I'm
have
like,
a DVD collection of the behind the music episodes?
Oh, that'd be so sweet,
That'd be so awesome,
dude. Who could not watch Leif Garrett over and over again, dude?
Leif
I'd
Garrett
watch
one
it.
best.
I'd never
Who
get tired
could
of
not? I could watch that over. I'm like, you know what?
Jason Eversman was the coolest member of Nirvana.
Yeah,
They kicked him out.
it. Yeah.
I'm totally.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm totally gonna go and watch the Leaf game. I'm gonna go find this thing.
I'm
when
sure
I
it's
go
on
home.
YouTube.
But you guys can check us out. Radio Underground
Dude, you saved my life that night.
on all social
Ready for a
media.
You ready for a bomb?
Yeah.
You ready for a bomb? You saved my life that night.
Yeah. I'm Mike. That's Al. Brian. Phil left.
Bye, Phil.
The other Mike is on Discord. Thank you for joining us, Mike.
Bye, y'all.
Burn
Thank you.
You're welcome.
in the fiery pits of hell.
I'm gonna finish this prison rape.
Recorded in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening to